the White House is a user of Slideshare. What are they publishing out of it? A new healthcare plan or
they just actually, they just put up something about the healthcare plan this morning. They put up a bunch of speeches in different languages. For example, the president's speech in Cairo, they put it up in 14 different languages. There's some from Vivek Kundra about the IT policies and so on. So a bunch of different types of documents and presentations.
Okay. So, Holly, I want to come back to the comment you made about 30 years ago making everybody buy big hardware. And I can remember tediously doing the IBM storage estimates plus the MIP estimates, dividing by this, trying to figure out how to bring them down. Talk about the economic recession and the impact it's had on two things. One, on your ability to deliver a better value proposition, being a cloud computing company. And secondly, switching gears a little bit, on innovation at Salesforce.com, and has it done anything to stifle that?
So the first one, I think, for companies that are in the subscription business model, this is a good time.
Right.
People want to buy that way, don't know how, why. I mean, we got founded in the dot-com disaster, and so I think that bodes well. People like subscriptions, they like to have ease of use, they like not to have to do all the complex work themselves. So I think for a lot of companies, and I don't think there's probably anybody in this room who would even think about building an on-premise application today. Everybody's building applications for cloud. So that would be number one. I think number two, in times like these, it really gives engineering teams and product teams a time to have really high fidelity communication with their customers. Because instead of thinking about getting a new customer every single day, and that's where sort of all the grok and energy goes in a company, in sales and marketing and those kinds of things, in many cases it's about listening to the customers that you already have and improving their experience with your product. So I think for us, and probably for most companies, this is a great time for innovation. It's a fabulous time to look through your portfolio of assets that you have, to think about how you can iterate and innovate with the customers who you're already serving, rather than necessarily worrying about yet the next new feature that's a request from a customer you haven't met yet.
Okay. Jasmine, based on your experience and working through a number of sort of larger and smaller companies, maybe answer the same kind of question, which is, and I know you're out looking for your next position, what's the economic recession done to drive innovation or stifle innovation? Do you see any difference from a few years ago?
I actually concur with Polly. I think that when you are kind of lean and the economic climate is not as great, I think that it actually requires the company or the organization to look kind of deeply inside and say, what are my assets, what are my advantages, what are my disadvantages, and really try to optimize all the things that you have and actually really relook at all the things that are going for you to leverage. Secondly, I see that more and more companies are there are a lot of large companies who become really siloed in their own culture. So they'll say, we've customized all of our code, we've customized all of our marketing processes, no one else could do this for us except for us. And I find that in times of kind of economic pinch, that you tend to become a little more porous, trying to kind of create bridgeways with your partners. So when I was at Baby Center, which is about a 100-person company, I was talking to Polly about this, that when recession started to hit about a year and a half ago, that we really kind of made sure that working with Salesforce, that we were optimizing every possible advantages of that particular kind of partner relationship. And instead of looking at everybody as a vendor, you really look at it, and this sounds like a corny thing, but you really look at who could I really truly partner with and leverage each other, so that you can actually bet on each other on your future, opposed to I'm going to treat this company as a vendor per se, or the fact that Yahoo went through a reiteration where when they were kind of going through the roof on stock and value, it was almost like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have you all come to me, versus when we went through the, when we went through the downturn in 2001, 2005, I think there were a lot more kind of